Hey, welcome back to our channel. If you're trying to learn English and you want it to be fun and easy, you're in the right place. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the bell so you never miss a video, and like this one right now. We post videos every single day to help you understand and speak English better through stories and real conversations. Today's story is called "This is Why You're Not Getting Better at English." And it's going to help you figure out what's going wrong and how to fix it. So let's get into it. Let's start with a simple question. Have you ever felt like you're learning English, but not really getting better? You study. You watch videos. Maybe you even try to memorize new words. But when it's time to speak or listen to real English, your mind just goes blank. You freeze. You don't understand fast English. You can't find the right words, and you feel like you're not making progress. It's not just you. A lot of learners feel the same way. But the problem is not your brain. And the problem is not that English is too hard. The real problem is how you're learning. Let's talk about a guy named Sam. Sam is like a lot of English students. He really wants to speak English well. He watches some lessons, reads a few words every day, and even keeps a notebook where he writes new vocabulary. He's doing everything that people tell him to do. But something's not working. When Sam meets a tourist in his city and tries to have a small conversation, he can't do it. He knows the words in his mind, but they don't come out. He tries to understand what the other person is saying, but everything sounds too fast. After that, Sam feels bad. He thinks, I've been studying for so long. Why can't I do this? That question is very important, and we're going to answer it right now. The reason you're not getting better at English might be this: you are learning English the wrong way. Let's think about how babies learn languages. When a baby learns to speak, they don't read books. They don't study grammar. They don't memorize word lists. They just listen. A lot. They hear the same words and phrases again and again. They watch what people do. They listen to stories. And after a while, they start to understand. Then they start to speak. It's natural. It's slow in the beginning, but it works. Now think about what happens in school. You're told to study grammar rules, memorize long lists, and do writing exercises. You might learn what a verb is, or what a preposition does, but can you use it in a real conversation? Probably not. Because just knowing about the language is not enough. You have to use it. You have to live in it. Sam is trying really hard, but he's using methods that don't help him remember or use English in a real way. He's collecting words, but he's not connecting them to meaning, to sound, to emotion, to real communication. One big problem is that many learners try to memorize vocabulary, but they never hear or use those words again. They write them once, maybe read them again a few days later, and then forget. Imagine you buy food but never eat it. That's what's happening with a lot of vocabulary learning. It goes into the notebook, but not into the brain. So what's the solution? The key is repetition. Your brain needs to see and hear a word many times before it becomes part of your memory. But not just repetition like reading the same list again and again. Real repetition. In different situations. In different sentences. In different voices. That's where stories come in. Stories repeat words and phrases naturally. When you listen to a story many times, you don't get bored. You enjoy it. And at the same time, you're hearing the same structures again and again. That's why on our channel we use stories to teach. Stories are powerful. They help you learn the way your brain wants to learn, through context, feeling, and connection. Now let's talk about something else that might be stopping you. You're afraid of making mistakes. Almost every English learner is afraid of sounding silly. You don't want people to laugh. You don't want to use the wrong word. You don't want to be judged. So what happens? You stay quiet. You wait. You think too much. You translate in your head. and you say nothing. But here's the truth. Mistakes are a part of learning. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning fast enough. When Sam finally tried to speak with a tourist, he said some strange sentences. His grammar was not perfect. His pronunciation was a little off. But the tourist still understood him. And Sam realized something important. He didn't need to be perfect to communicate. He just needed to try. That moment gave him confidence. And after that, he spoke more. Each time, he got better. Not perfect, just better. And that's what fluency is. It's not speaking like a native speaker. It's being able to say what you want, even if it's not perfect. Let's talk a little about grammar too. Many learners think grammar is the most important thing. They study tenses, verb forms, and rules. But grammar is like the rules of a game. You can't understand the rules unless you've played the game. So what's better? Learn the patterns through listening. Hear the same sentences many times. Feel how the language works. Over time, your brain will understand the patterns. And then, if you want, you can study the rule. But by then, you already understand how it works. Let me tell you a small story. One day, Sam watched a video in English. It was a simple story. He liked it, so he watched it again and again. After a few days, he started to remember the phrases. He said them out loud. He listened to himself. He practiced the story. Then he did something brave. He told the same story in his own words. It wasn't perfect. He forgot a few things. But he did it. And that's when something amazing happened. Sam didn't just understand more English. He started to think in English. He started to feel more natural. That's the magic of using real stories. That's why we make a new one for you every day. Now maybe you're asking, what should I do if I forget words? That's totally normal. Even native speakers forget words sometimes. The trick is to focus on the message. Don't try to speak perfectly. Try to communicate. Use simple words. Use body language. Use your hands if you need to. The goal is to be understood, not to be perfect. And remember this, the more you use the words, the more you remember them. The more you listen, the more you understand. The more you speak, the easier it gets. Learning English is like learning to swim. You don't learn by reading about water. You learn by getting in. You get wet. You struggle. You kick. You float. And slowly you learn. So don't be afraid of the water. Jump in. Every day. Even for 10 minutes. If you do that, things will change. After a few weeks, you'll feel different. You'll understand more. You'll speak more. You'll enjoy the process. And if you're using our videos every day, you're already doing the right thing. Just stay consistent. Watch, listen, repeat, speak. That's the path. Let's go back to Sam for one last moment. After a few months of using stories to learn, Sam did something amazing. He gave a short tour in English to a visitor in his city. He made mistakes. He forgot some words. But he spoke for 10 minutes, all in English. He made someone smile. And he felt proud. That moment changed everything for him. He realized he could do it. He was getting better. And you can too. So here's what we want you to do. Start using one story every day. Listen to it again and again. Speak the parts out loud. Tell the story yourself. Then move to the next one. Don't rush. Go slow. Repeat a lot. Make English part of your daily life. And don't give up. Every small step matters. Even if you only learn one new phrase today, that's progress. It's real. All right, that's the end of today's story. But your journey is just beginning. If this video helped you, do us a big favor, share it with your friends who are learning English too. And leave a comment below. Tell us, what part of learning English is hardest for you? We read every comment, and we reply to many of them. And don't forget, We post a new story every single day to help you get better at English in a fun, natural way. So hit that subscribe button, click the bell, and we'll see you in the next video. You got this!